Hey guys, it's Sensei Sid from Fields Karate. When you first begin training karate, one of the first things you learn are your stances. Very specific ways that we position our feet and our legs and our back to give us a foundation. Today I want to cover a Kiba-Dachi, or in English a horse riding stance, or maybe you've heard a straddle leg stance. So to do a Kiba-Dachi, you're going to take your right leg, you're going to step straight out to the side. So you're still square on with whoever you might be fighting. Both feet are facing straight ahead, knees are bent and pushed out, almost as if you're riding a horse. Anybody who's ever ridden a horse knows what I'm talking about. You don't want to push your knees in, but you want to push them out. So you're going to sit down into your stance, almost like you're starting to squat. Now, one of the unusual things about a Kiba-Dachi that often is missed is you're not just sitting down and pushing your knees out, but at the same time you're using your inner thigh muscles to squeeze your feet together. So you have isometric tension on the outside of your legs and on the inside of your legs. This is one of the things that keeps your feet from getting swept out from under you. Now, once you get comfortable in this, understanding that Kiba-Dachi is kind of a hold your ground stance. We don't typically move too much in a Kiba-Dachi, but it's not because we can't move. Just when you're facing this way, you don't want to move. This is a hold your ground stance. Oftentimes, you will see people use this Kiba-Dachi from the side. So their fight's here, but their hips and their stance seem to be facing off to the side. So this is a half-facing or a handi Kiba-Dachi. This is where you start to see how you move and step in a Kiba-Dachi. And we have three basic ways that we can step in a Kiba-Dachi. I'm going to back up so you can see this. So you can step in front with your back foot coming across and then step back out. So you're not turning, you're staying facing the same way, but your feet are crossing in front, or your feet can cross behind. And this is if you're moving either direction, front or back. Now, sometimes when you step in a Kiba-Dachi, using it this way, you need to turn as well. The way we would usually do this is the front foot will cross in front and our hips begin to turn, and on the balls of our feet we're going to turn. And now we're still in a half-facing Kiba-Dachi, but just the other direction. Foot comes across, spin on the balls of your feet, and you're in a good Kiba-Dachi. Remember too that the whole time, in either way you step, your hips stay low. You're not coming up high and then plopping down, but you're actually stepping, keeping your hips low. Okay? Kind of a fourth way, really a variation of our second way, is we actually step and turn backwards. Now we have to be careful with this because we don't usually want to turn our back to our opponent, and that's what this does. But for some techniques, you need to spin backwards. And it's just like stepping in front and turning, only this time we're going to step behind and turn on the balls of our feet. Step behind and turn. Step behind and turn. Now, when you're stepping behind and spinning like that, one of the things to always be mindful of is make sure that you get your eyes turned quickly. You always want to have your eye on your opponent. So if I'm fighting you right now, as I turn, my head moves faster than anything else on my body. And then I can step and turn. Okay? Eyes first. We call this a head snap. Make sure that you get your eye turned so that if you need to block or strike or change the tactic while you're turning, you can do that. So just to give you a view from the side, this was coming straight on, but so you can see it from the side. If I'm going to just step sideways, my fight's over here, I'm going to step in front and step back out. Or I can step behind and back out. And then when I turn the other way, if I need to spin or change my orientation, front leg comes across and I spin. Now my orientation has changed. And if I need to spin backwards, back leg spins around and I can get around that way. So there's a lot of flexibility in how we use the Kiba-Dachi. The bottom line of it is, every time we finish a move, every time we finish a step or a turn or a twist, we always end up in the same position. Like you're riding a horse, feet straight ahead, knees bent and pushed out, sitting down into our stance, and using our inner thighs to squeeze our feet together. That's going to give us a lot more stability. So go ahead and go home, practice this, work on it. If you get a chance to take a picture or take a video, drop it in the comments section. I would love to see what you're working on. And you guys keep training hard. Have a good time. We'll see you again soon.